Okay. So just before we get started, just want to let you know that we do record our consultations. It's on the form and everything, so just a heads up that we do that for all.
Yeah, I saw.
Good. So I saw that you have 2 female German Shepherds. Okay. So go ahead.
I don't know how I got convinced of that, but
They're mine. Just ignore him. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and fill me in on your goals and about your shepherds, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. They're so awesome, wonderful, sweet babies, first of all. And Jeta she's my little black girl. She's 7 months old.
Okay.
And Oska is my other red and black.
Okay.
She's about a year and a half. I think she's like 18 or 19 months.
Okay.
And they're my 5th and 6th shepherds.
Oh, nice.
So I know shepherds. And I love my dogs, so really well trained. And I just have not had the time during COVID and everything and working and that I usually have with my other shepherds. And I was really, my last shepherd got a little crazy because there was stuff going on in my life. So she became pretty reactive to men and stuff like that. So I was really crazy about socializing these guys during COVID. And I think I might have made a little mistake. Not that I'm worried about it. So they go to Dog Den, which is this daycare thing. And now I'm realizing, particularly my black one, my 7-month-old, she's spending way too much time around dogs. She makes all her own decisions. She runs to dogs. She does. So, and she's becoming a little reactive, just a little teeny bit. You know what I mean? And let's see, what else? And of course, they play off each other. Like right now, I have this Jeta home and Oska I just took to daycare so she could work off some energy. And they're such better behaved, of course, when they're not around each other. But really, I don't have any concerns about them. But because I've had shepherds and I've rescued 2, which when I was in my 20s, which was a shit ton of work. And I don't like that. I just like them to be real well trained. The other day, someone left my gate open in my yard and they got out. I didn't know. And I go to get them in the yard and they are gone in the neighborhood. In Jeta, they won't, especially together, they will not consistently come. Jeta for sure, half the time won't. And she's going after this old man's dog who's freaking out. I thought he was going to wipe out on the ice. I mean, she's a big girl. She's probably 55 pounds at 7 months.
Okay.
And she's a beautiful size shepherd, lean. She's probably, what is she, 70 pounds?
70 pounds.
70 pounds at a year and a half. But Jeta's going to be bigger than Oska. So I'm sure this poor man was terrified. But she would not come to me. I was like, oh, you are fucking dead. So I just want really well-trained, listen to me consistently. I know how to handle them. And if I could put the time in. So I want someone to do that work for me. And then, and they have had some training. So they know their commands: come, sit, stay, heel. Will they do them consistently? They will, for sure. Obviously, if it's just Oska with me, she will. If she's across the yard barking at a dog at the fence, maybe not. Not until she feels like it. I have used an e-collar with Oska, the older one. I only used it for the fence. I only use it for when she's barking at the fence. I haven't used it as training, but just at the fence, she doesn't come, I will tap her.
Okay.
I've never used an e-collar before, but the woman who does the daycare, she's done some training with them too. And she taught me how to use it at the fence, but that's all I know about it.
Okay.
But I did watch like 500 of your guys' videos, so.
Oh, okay.
I get pretty intense with things. Now I will say I love part of the reason why when I found you guys, I had originally found this trainer up in Canada, and I was literally considering, which is so unnecessary. I'm like, there's got to be good trainers in Chicago. But I like training with what you guys call it, pressure. Is that what you call it? Yeah. This trainer that I use, she's wonderful. I use her more for boarding and daycare, but they've done, like, whenever I board them, I always do board and train. I don't want them just boarded. And I boarded them a couple times, but it's all about, even though she did teach me the e-collar, it's all about rewards. Like, I've never had dogs this disobedient at this age. Like, I'm like, what the fuck are you not listening to me for? So I like a little pressure. It's like, yeah, I don't worry that. I will tell you, Jeta seems not timid. She's not timid, but more soft in that way than Oska is.
Okay.
That's my story.
Okay. Perfect. So that's good that you did your research and you saw some videos of ours. But yes, what we do is pressure training. So basically, we find that putting dogs under pressure creates like an urgency of the commands, and it's also like building confidence. So if you're noticing that Jeta's a little like kind of has a spook in her or something, it will help that as well, how to handle like, that type of pressure as well. So for the e-collar, was it an electronic fence you had, or was it like you were pressing the button?
I was actually pressing the button.
Okay. So then right there is what you're saying is pressure work. The pressure turns on when you're going in this area, pressure turns off when you come over here. And then dogs understand it very quickly because as you probably have seen with your shepherds, they're physical animals.
Yep.
Right. So if Jeta is bothering Oska, maybe Oska is not in the mood to like play, right? There has to be some sort of communication for Oska to let Jeta know that it's not the right time or place.
Right.
So that's done with a quick bite.
Yeah.
So that's what Jesse likes to call a bite at the press of a button. You're like biting your dog, and since it's familiar to them and its physicality, they immediately know how to handle it, and they know what to do. So that's why you get really fast results with e-collar, is because it's their language.
Yeah.
So for Jeta, how old? She's 7 months. So how big do you think she's gonna get?
I bet she gets 90 to 100 pounds.
Okay. And then Oska,
she'll probably Oska. Her sire was Oscar, so I just took the R off it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So she is.
She'll
all my shepherds. So she's from a breeder in Missouri that I've gotten two other shepherds from. And they're so similar. They're shepherds, and mine have all gotten to about the low 80s in their weight. So she's very slender. You'll see, and she still is a little puppy look. She's deepened out. So I bet she puts on another 10 pounds as she gets fully. So she'll probably be 80 to 85, and Jet will probably be 95 to 100.
And for like goals, I know you're wanting control.
Yep.
How much control are you looking for? So, for example, I guess in other words, like what command? So, like, are you looking just to walk them together, have them under control? They're paying attention. It's a strict and structured walk, and then maybe they run around, and then you get that recall.
Yep.
Or are you interested in maybe bringing them to like an outdoor patio area and then having them lay down for 2 hours in the springtime or summertime?
I would love that. I'm not saying I would necessarily do that.
Okay.
But I would love them to have that. What I really like right now, what's frustrating me, I'll tell you, is one, I'm a little controlling. So when my dogs don't listen to me, my patience is very short. But also, like, I've got a 21-year-old, she's at college, but she's home now, and a high schooler. And they have people coming over and stuff. These guys decide they're going to get up the minute they hear it and charge the door. And I'm like, come here. And they're like, no, we're not coming. And it drives me effing crazy. Like, I really want them to look to me, and they don't go greet people until I tell them. I want people to be able to, I know shepherds, they're not golden retrievers. They don't want everybody's their friend. I don't care about that. Like, I'm not like, I need everyone. I don't let people come up and pet my dogs, approach. I'm not interested. I want people to cross the street and be scared. but in my house, I can have whoever over, and I need to trust. I'm not afraid they're going to be aggressive because they're just not that way. But they're scaring, and they're deciding, and they're barking, and they're going up to people. And drives me crazy.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so I see. I think I know what you're looking for now. So we have. I'm just trying to decide on which program would be best
Yeah.
for you. So
What do you think?
seeing what you're wanting and needing.
Yeah.
It sounds like, I mean, it sounds like I know you want to do the board and train program, and it sounds like it would work fine for you guys, just because, like, we're not dealing with anything behavioral.
Right.
You know,
No.
it's nothing new to you, and you've been watching a video, so it's just us, like you said, kind of doing most of the work to get them started as a foundation, and then you're continuing it now. Before I get into the programs and everything like that, do you have any questions about the e-collars?
No.
Okay. And then what kind of e-collar do you have currently?
I have I think it's called the Educator.
Oh, okay. Is it the mini, or is it just the Educator, or the Boss, or do you remember what the model is?
No.
Okay.
What would be the mini? I don't think it's the mini.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people get the mini one. But
what is it? How is the mini one different?
It's because it's the way mini, the Educator, and the Boss work is the Boss is meant for like Great Danes and like Bernese Mountain Dogs, big dogs.
Okay.
The Educator is like in the middle, and mini Educators for like tiny dogs. Like
no, I don't have the mini. I don't have the mini. I think I just have the regular one. I don't have the Boss.
Okay. So you have a few options here for 2 dogs. You can either have one remote and one collar, and then
this is the one I have. Does this tell you anything?
I think that's the Educator, I think.
Yeah. It's the 900 series.
Educator.
Easy Educator. Yeah. Okay.
I also think that's a 2-dog system as well.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So.
But I didn't get 2 collars with it. So I just ordered one. But I saw that you guys use your own, the one you guys choose, which is fine with me too.
Okay. So yeah. So we can try your brand, the Educator out first. We prefer Dogtra.
I'm fine with you. I'm fine with using one you guys use. I'll return the one I just ordered when it comes, because I did order a 2. And you're saying you could use one controller with 2 dogs. I don't know. I'm afraid I would get confused. I would rather have 2 different, you know?
Yeah. So 2 remotes, 2 collars, or because our it's called a dual dial remote. It has 2 dials, and on the screen it has dog 1 with the number and dog 2 with their own number.
That's cool.
So the one side is for dog 1, the front side is for dog 2, or the other way around.
Oh, well then maybe that's better then.
Yeah,
that seems pretty clear.
It's I find it easier than like the color coding, and then like if it's just one dial, like you're only at one number. So like, what if Jeta is a lower number and then Oska?
Yeah.
Right. So it's up to you how you want to go about that. Like which
I'll do it with one control.
One control. Okay.
And 2 dogs.
Okay.
Do you think, maybe I'm getting ahead of you, but do you think it's better to have them at the same time?
Yeah.
So that you can kind of deal with them. They're together.
Yeah, for pricing, I think, because then you would have to buy another program. I don't know. I think you get like a discount if you do the 2 dogs, but I would definitely do them at the same time. Yeah. Yeah.
And will there be some of kind of them together learning to not be reactive? And
yes.
Like I think because they've gone to doggy daycare a lot and played, which I don't know why I didn't think of this, because I don't bring my dogs ever to dog parks and stuff, because I mean, first of all, my shepherds aren't usually
we got a nice yard too.
Yeah, but like they don't stop roughhousing. I'm like, knock it up. Like they're pushing my tables around the room. I'm like, you assholes. So I want them to be like, stop, lay down, chill out.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions so far?
No.
Okay. So for the e-collar, just some common questions owners have with them is that with the e-collar, like when does it come on? When does it stay on? Like, is it like after the program, do they graduate from the e-collar still need it? So the e-collar is on when you need it. So if you're
Okay.
going for your walks with the both of them, they should be on even after your program. They should still be on for all your walks, just because we can't predict what's going to happen on this walk. So let's say, because you mentioned that Jeta was a little timid. Let's say you're walking and it's, like a car backfires, or like a firework goes up, but it's not even the 4th of July, and
Yeah.
like, you're freaked out. We've heard a lot of stories where like dogs collars at the grounds, dogs slip out of collars, prong collars break, tools. There's an error or a mistake with the tools, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So in that case, we call that flight mode. So when dogs are in flight mode, they can kill or be killed. So saying Jeta come probably won't work, because again, she's running for her life.
Yeah.
You have that ECOG to override the brain and then make her do the 180 and then come back to you, and 180 return.
Yeah.
Just for those reasons, it's on. So like, it's not that you're also like tapping it all the time,
Right.
because all that work has been done in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's there like here and there. So like, for example, Jess will say like once a month, I tap it like 2 times at the most for emergencies. So it's there just in case. Like, and then
But they're wearing it whenever you're kind of going somewhere, that if something happened, or would it be, I put it on when they get out of their crates in the morning every day?
that's a personal preference. So I have owners who like, I want it on all day to control everything they're doing, because then once they do that, everything becomes consistent. But then some owners are, maybe they do the program, because it's Jeta and Oska. It sounds like they need more discipline from their actions. So maybe once we apply that discipline, and they're like, man, I gotta chill out, because you might see a dip in their energy in the home. Maybe they're more relaxed, because they're now like a mental exercise with the way we do our training. So you might see them become more calmer. Or maybe let's say they are calm, and you're like, wow, they're relaxing in my house. That's great. Then you don't need the e-collar.
Okay.
Let's say when you wake up in the morning, they get the zoomies and they're all crazy. They're like, let's go, mom, let's go, mom. Then you can collar them up and address whatever they need to be addressed. But we also give you tools and some knowledge on how to address behaviors and not be reliant on the e-collar.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
So in the home, it's kind of personal preference. Let's say you're gonna have guests come over. 30 minutes prior, you would collar them up, and then the guest arrives. You address whatever that is needing to be addressed, and then if you find that Jeta and Oska are relaxed once you address the behavior with the guests, you can take them off. If you want to keep on until the guests leave, that's up to you as well. Does that make sense?
Yep, makes perfect sense. I mean, I've never what about like the prong collar and stuff? Do you correct with those? Like, that's the only thing I've ever used to train.
Yeah, we use prong collars. So with 2 big dogs like that, what we can do is pair prong with e-collar. We're not training with prong though. It's just incorporated with the e-collar training.
Got it.
We don't offer prong collar training programs. It's all either puppy stuff, the food stuff, and then e-collar.
E-collar. Okay.
So we sell those here as well. So if you want, or maybe do you have your own?
Yeah, I have them,
So
and that's what I walk them on, just because they don't pull, and I will correct them with that if they don't listen. But I'm cool with the e-collar. Absolutely. I'm just saying for myself, like when I'm walking them, does it confuse them if I'm using prong correction, but sometimes using e-collar correction?
Yeah. So if you have the e-collar on, you technically wouldn't be doing any prong corrections, because it's doing all the work for you. So, for example, the prong would be there in case, like, you turn the corner and then like there's a dog, and then they like, whoa, you have that immediate control. The e-collar is there to correct any engagement or interest of the dogs, and it's also easier. So instead of like doing the yank or the pop, you just press the button. There's no talking. There's no physicality. It's just you press the button. They should stop and keep moving forward.
Got it.
But yeah, we'll definitely, I recommend still keeping those prong collars. It's not
Yeah.
overkill or anything, but the prong collars there just in case.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No.
So with our board and train program, we have the 1 week program, the 2 week, 3 week, and a 4 week program. How the programs are laid out is, it sounds like you're either looking at the 2 week program minimum. So the 2 week program is, you have that structured walk. We're working on the reactivity and the discipline aspect of the walks. And then,
I was actually looking at the 3 week program.
okay, nice. Okay, perfect. So with the 3 week program, and you get those 3 videos. So you get a video for every week, or an hour long. You get, I forget how many hours of follow up you get for the 3 week program.
Yeah, I looked at it all.
Yeah, you get a lot of time, so we can train everything to you guys. With the board and train, some clients are under the impression that it's like, you know, your car's broken, you turn it in, you get it back, and it's done, right?
Yeah.
That's not really how the board and train works.
Yeah.
We first need to make sure you're practicing correctly, that everything's transferring over, because at first, they're only going to know the commands with me and Elias,
Correct.
whoever's here working with them in the facility.
Yeah.
Right? So another like wonderful thing about e-collar is that there isn't like
It's a real consistent transfer.
Yes, because the number is always the same, whoever uses the dogs.
Right.
So it's easy transferable. What else?
Will they be trained? Will they be in training? Do they have with just one person, or do more people deal with them?
So one person will teach everything, and that's more experienced trainers, because teaching and then reinforcing are different.
Two different. Yeah.
So once they're all the behaviors, and then you know, we look at our trainers and we see, okay, you can handle this dog, and then maybe, you know, maybe there are other trainers who are not yet ready to train 2 dogs at the same time, or maybe more. So you're going to see one person. So that's all consistent for you guys in the videos. It's most likely going to be our new training facility manager, Elias. I'll be present, kind of walking him through, because we're starting to like kind of get more people doing more things. So it'll be Elias. I'll be just coaching him. I'll be there present and everything for all the commands. And then like, for the board and train, the videos will be heel, stay, sit, down, come, place. They'll learn all these commands, and then we'll also do 2 dogs on one side for heel. Is there a specific side, so we know ahead of time?
Yes, I watched your videos, and you seemed, I thought, to heel them on your right side. I heel on my left.
Okay, so did you want both dogs on your right side? Okay, I'll make a note then.
I mean, I don't mind one on each side, but I'm just really familiar with having my dogs both on my left.
Yes, that's good. Okay. What else? They'll be able to still play with dogs, and since we have the e-collars, we can monitor their play, so that it's the structure is still transferring into the playtime.
Okay.
The way our daycare works is that there's an hour activity, an hour rest. Your dogs are going to be getting more activity because they're training with us, so they're going to be getting If they're not training, they're doing duration work. I don't know if you've seen the place command, where they go to the bed and have to stay there for like an hour. It's right here in the middle of the floor, so people walk in, dogs are getting moved around, playgroups are everywhere, and they need to stay here relaxed. So if they're not being trained, they're doing duration work. If they're not doing duration work, they can be on the treadmills, getting some exercise or playtime. And if they're not doing any of those, then they're in the crate resting. But like I said, they're going to get a lot of activity just because they're training.
Yeah. And what's nighttime like there?
We're still training, so our handlers come in at 6 and they leave at 10.
Oh, wow.
Last session should end at about like 8 to 9. We'll do a session there.
Nice. And then they go to bed.
Yes.
And they're in crates. Why are crates like behind you?
Yes.
Because that's what I have at home too.
Yep. And there's someone here 24/7 to kind of monitor any barking or whining, anything that goes on. You're seeing like the facility area. And then if you go past that corner, there's like a carpeted room there for all the dogs when they stay there overnight.
Okay.
And they're kennel training, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
They've not really been spent much time away from each other.
Okay.
But we
work.
just took Oska to daycare. Jeta doesn't care. She's fine, you know. Oska would be probably really happy for Jeta to go and her to get to be by herself. I don't know how Jeta would really be away from by herself, you know.
Yeah, whenever we get two dogs, I try to do things like separated so that they're just used to like kind of what else is the word? Not being too dependent on each other.
Yeah.
So like one dog may be
codependent dogs.
Yeah. Like one dog might be doing duration work, one dog is getting playtime, and they're getting rotated all around. And then maybe for like the day, now they're both playing with each other, and we keep monitoring them because we had two Cavaliers, and I had to take the brother because they were kennel next to each other. So that's another thing we're not going to do for two dogs. They were kennel next to each other. So then when I took the brother away, the little one was just screaming.
Oh my God.
Freaking out. So we had to work through with him because it's like you can't be like that when someone just leaves.
Right.
So we'll definitely enforce the two
separation.
Good. What else? Any other questions?
I don't, do you? No.
Okay. You already did your research and everything, so that's good. Trying to think if I'm missing anything else. Oh, we'll take him to Home Depot for training walks and everything.
Oh, that's so funny.
So right here we have the dog park. We like to walk around the dog park, then go to Home Depot, and then there's also a PetSmart on the way. So if we have more time, we like to stop at PetSmart as well, or we'll just come straight back.
Yeah, I saw you at PetSmart with two dogs. You had another trainer, or maybe it was the owner, I don't know which, a girl. And then I saw you at the park with one dog, and you were trying to get it to stop following you so you could try some stuff, and it just kept following you.
Oh, okay.
It was funny.
I think at PetSmart, it might have been Shaw and Duncan. I think it was like a chocolate lab, right?
Yeah.
I remember. Okay. And then that park video is that's for the 4-week program.
Okay.
The 1 week you get the foundational training.
Yeah.
So you're seeing for the first time and Oska are reacting to the e-collar for the first time. And you're seeing a heel stay sit down come place with the e-collar. The 2nd week video is us transferring those commands to the long leash phase.
Yeah.
Teaching how to like build off leash if that's an interest for you guys.
Yeah.
The 3rd week is us training them in the playpen with a play group with his dogs and distractions around them.
Okay.
Or if you do the 4-week program, the 4th video is us doing a video at Oz Park or Horner Park, and sometimes we touch a little bit on the off leash, like walk and everything there. So that's how the videos work for the program.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Did you just say it's in the 3-week program though, they'll still be taken out of the facility? Okay. Yeah.
Trying to think if I'm missing anything.
I think my only other question is, what is your guys' availability?
For board and trains, I mean, after the consultation, there's going to be a follow-up email sent out to you guys. It's going to be from my assistant Tina, or Elizabeth.
Okay.
Elizabeth is going to reach out to you with the programs and prices. The e-collar I recommend. Now, I have to track, but we carry the dual dial and then the 2 receivers. So I think it'd be best if you just did it with us, because Dog Show doesn't sell them as they don't sell them. We have to buy them separately.
Yeah. Do you replace the collar with the clip thing, or do you use the buckle? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. We use the buckle here, but you're more than welcome to you switch it out if you like.
Okay. Because I did buy those with the one I bought that I'll return, but I'll keep the buckles because that's so much easier to just clip them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to see if it would fit on the remotes. I think bring them just in case, and we'll see if they fit. correctly, then we'll just
Because see this one, I mean, it's their collar, but they just put this on the end so you don't buckle it. You just snap it.
it's easy.
I love that.
Go ahead and bring them as well.
Okay.
So so we'll send the programs, the prices, the price of the system for you, and then we'll send an invoice out for that once you sign our form.
Yep.
And you also have to turn in the shot records in a fecal exam that says negative.
Yep.
So we need to get all those shot records because they will be staying here and playing with dogs.
Yep.
But once those forms are sent in, then we can begin the billing and booking process. And that's just whenever you get the form signed. Because right now we're not expecting any board entries till later. So you're
so you got some openness. Okay, good.
Um,
And what would happen, even though I don't think this is going to happen, but you know, it's always in the back of my mind. So Jeta is not spayed yet, right? So she's 7.5 months old. I don't think she's going to go into heat until she's closer to 1. What if she did go into heat when she was there?
she just wouldn't be socialized.
Oh, okay. Because some places are like, you have to pick them up right now.
Yeah, I think what will probably happen is, because my dog isn't spayed, I mean, to create more of a separation with the other dogs, we might put them in like a little our night room there,
Right.
so that everyone's separated. I don't. I'll have to speak to like our manager about that. Just what would happen.
I don't think it's going to happen if we get them in the next month. It just crossed my mind because I was just thinking about when I'm going to schedule her spay.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, we'll see, and then I'll let you know the answer to that.
Okay.
What else? So you get that follow-up email. Once you get those forms signed and filled out, then we can go ahead and begin as soon as you're ready.
Okay.
Other than that,
so let me ask one more thing. Sorry, it's just a detail. So the fecal exam, which you want it
to say negative.
Right. You want it like right now or before they come in? Like what? Like let's say we schedule it in a month or something. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they get fecal exams, right? Because to go to the daycare place. But you want a new one.
I think it just, if there's like a date or an expiration date.
Yeah. Got it.
Days until like later, like when they're due for a fecal exam, then that's fine.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. I was about to say something.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay. For the follow-up lessons where we do our one-on-one in persons, let me just look real quick. Because for the 3-week program, let me see how many follow-ups you get. You get 6 hours. Okay. So those 6 hours can be scheduled however you like. And we don't go by time. So if you wanted to do like, since you have 2 dogs, at the end, or maybe because you can do whatever you want with them. So like after the first week of the program, maybe you want to schedule like an hour follow-up just to see what they've learned. You can go over.
Oh my God, that would be so hard for me.
Oh,
that would be so hard to come see them and then leave them again.
Oh yeah. If you don't have to. It's an option. Or most clients wait until the program's done. They come in and then some stay for 2 hours, some stay for just an hour. So the time is depending on you. I recommend a little more time because you do have the 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And then we can do like a quick like a transfer over to you guys. Answer any questions and however you want to do that time. Or maybe sometimes clients watch the videos, they see it, they start practicing first, and they're like, "Wow, I got it." And then maybe something comes along the way, like, "Oh wait, what do I do here?" And then they have questions. Yeah. So however you want to use it, because you have a lot. You have 6 hours, so that's time. So that's good.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how you want to use that time.
Okay.
The dogs. Any other questions?
No. I guess I have one, which I think I already know. So my daughter, who is going to be 18 soon, my senior in high school, she never really handles the dogs. It drives me freaking crazy because she's like, well, they don't listen to me. I'm like, oh. And then she loves when they're older and trained. And then she's like, oh, now I want to hang out with them. So I would love for her to come like at the end. I mean, I want to learn, we want to learn how to exactly do the e-collar too, but I've got a pretty lot of experience in training my dogs. I mean, I'm not any super pro, but I feel pretty comfortable with it. I would love for her to come and get that training. Is that doable? Okay.
So anyone you can bring as, I think I've seen Jesse like have a follow up with like 5 people or 6 people.
Oh, okay.
Bring whoever you want.
Okay.
We'll work with them as well. Teach them how to use the e-collars and work with the dogs. So for the boarding, it's just, you can bring the prong collars, the leashes, those 2 collars for the e-collar.
Yeah.
And then food. They'll tell you how to bring the food.
Okay.
And then we're not accepting any toys or blankets, just a heads up. We have balls and tugs here.
Okay.
If you want to incorporate play with the training.
Yeah.
So since they are working dogs, we like to do that with the working breed.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have something, now that you mentioned that they use to kind of burn off some of their energy. Like, I play with them, particularly Jeta. I mean, not Jeta, Oska. Jeta's not really into it yet, but all my older daughter played soccer, so we always had soccer balls around. That is like Oska's favorite thing in the world. I have 5 soccer balls. I line them up. She's like, oh, and kick a ball. She goes and gets it. She's not always great at bringing it back because she wants to more play keep away with me. But like small balls, she's like, I don't care about that tennis ball, but you put a soccer ball there, she's like, let's go. So that's fun. I like them to have something that you can do like that with them that burns off some of their energy and gets their mind a little calm after they're playing.
Yes, we'll definitely do that. Other than that, Sue, I think we covered everything.
Oh.
So if any questions come up, just feel free to email me.
Okay.
But other than that, just keep an eye out for our
The
follow-up.
email.
Yeah, the email.
I will say we're going out of town in February for a week. Again, I would love it to, like, I already know I want to board and train them with you guys. I do a lot of research. So I would love if we could have it fall over the week that we're away. Do you think you have availability in the next, like,
President's weekend?
Yeah, it's the weekend of President's weekend. I think it's the 18th we leave.
18th through the.
I think we come back like 5 days later. It's not long. And I don't care if that's the last week they're there, or the first week, but I'd love it to fall over that.
I see. Okay. Yeah, they'll let you know in the follow-up email.
Okay.
I'm sure about the availability and everything.
Okay.
But I feel like it should work. But I'll keep that in mind. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
And then, what was your name, sir?
Rich.
Rich. So it's nice meeting you, Sue and Rich. And we'll be in touch.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much for your
Thanks
time.
a lot.
Take care.
Yep.
Bye-bye.